Always a pleasure to be joined by Triple C himself, the king of cringe, as you can tell by the crown. Kissing the biceps. Look at that.
Let's go, John, because time is money and money is time. What's up?
Ah, I love you so much, man. It's amazing. I love it. All right, listen, man. Hey, let's just talk about it first, man. Life as a father, man. I know you're busy these days, man. You got a new kid around the house. I know for myself being a father what a blessing that is, but I also know it changes the heck out of your schedule and your life, man. So
Yeah.
what's life like for you these
Oh,
days?
it's super cool, man. It's super cool. My little baby America, man. She's 3 months here. She's 3 months. It's different, man, because life has always been about me, John. And that's just the
You don't
reality.
say.
It's competitively, like it's always, but it's not until you have a kid that you finally realize that, hey, man, this is now you fight for a different purpose. You know what I'm saying? So changing diapers, to showing her love. Like, I grew up without a dad, man. So to me, it's like, I'm doing something that was never necessarily really given to me. So just a simple fact that I'm doing that, it's like it's pretty cool. And then every once in a while, man, every once in a while, I gotta wipe his ass. I gotta wipe his ass too. So
So just because you're not fighting right now doesn't mean the props don't stay around. You got
oh
to still
man,
use the prop.
are you kidding me, dude? I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.
That's amazing. So here, okay, we got a lot to talk about, but let me ask you this. Knowing this, I mean, you got successful coaching going on, you've got broadcasting going on, you got a kid going on. Does that make it more or less likely that you would ever fight again? Because on the one hand, you're probably busy. On the other hand, a nice paycheck sure would help pay for college or something like that down the road. So is it more or less likely that you fight now that you have a child?
But the money talks, man. Money talks, bullshit walks, and I'm not walking. I'm not signing up to USADA until I really get what I deserve. They're gonna give Israel Adesanya, who knows how to do a damn moonwalk, can't win a second belt, can't defend a takedown to save his life, or George Masvidal. They're gonna give money that he's got 17 losses in his career, dude, and they can't give the Triple C some of that cash. Like, if you really think about it, John, it's almost like, dude, why do I do this then? If the UFC is just going to handpick people to decide to pay, because notice what they're doing now, John. A week before the fight, they're starting to give this big payday to those guys because they want to keep the one percenters happy, so nobody else talks shit. You know what I'm saying? I am those one percenters. How come they ain't paying me? I will beat up Peter Yan. I will beat up Alexander the Average. I will beat all these dudes up, and I've proven it. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. If they're willing to pay me, John, I'll let go of coaching. I'll let go of a lot of this stuff to come back and make that money and strap on that second belt. Plain and simple.
Do they have a number? I mean, has do they know what it would take to get you back?
Yes, of course they know. But that's what they do best, man. Low ball. So it is what it is, man. And the cool thing about it, though, John, too, is like I'm not mad at Dana. If he doesn't feel like I'm worth that, then it's all good. I have an incredible career. Nobody will ever touch. Jones's records will be shattered. Demetrius Johnson's records will be shattered. Khabib's 29-0 will be shattered. Dude, we may never see a Olympic champion, a two division champion, probably in history. You know what I'm saying? So I put myself in a whole nother category, a whole nother level with Manny Pacquiao, A division world champ, Usain Bolt, fastest man on the planet, Michael Phelps, 23 Olympic gold medals. Like that. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't think people really understand it or really get it, but I'm happy with my career if I never come back, Sean. And I have the skill set. I'm smart. I'm young. I take care of my body. I can beat all these dudes up. None of these dudes will touch me. And I mean that. And the two fights that really come to mind if I do end up coming back, John, is give me Max Holloway. If they're not going to give me Alexander the Average for a belt, give me Holloway. Give me Holloway. Okay, if they want me to fight somebody to get into that title fight, then give me Holloway. Give me Holloway. I know I could beat him, and then I get Alexander the Average. But I want to get compensated for that, John. I am not going to do something. I'm curious to see what Holloway wants to say about that fight. I respect Holloway, but I also know he's very beatable. But I also know he's very dangerous too. But that's the same reason why I like it. That's the same reason why. And I do believe that Max Holloway would take me serious, but I think he would fight me more so than what Alexander Volkanovski would. So that's the route that I would want to go. Peter Yan, he's got no wrestling. Somebody's gonna expose him. Omar Magomedov, you're gonna see, man. He's gonna be the next champion. He's gonna take that dude down. He's gonna put him in the deep waters. And these dudes are clowns, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give me something that nobody believes that I could beat John. Give me a Holloway or give me a Volkanovski. But more importantly, I want you guys to pay me. Show me the money. Show me the green.
That gets me excited, man. I'm not gonna lie. You and Max, I mean, Max Holloway is another all-time great. You know, you two guys mixing it up, and then, like you said, at that point, nobody can say you don't deserve a title shot at that point because that's one of the greatest featherweights of all time.
Yeah, but even if I wasn't to fight Holloway or for whatever reason, I still deserve that title shot. Two division champ. Look at what GSP did. So GSP can retire for 4 years, come back and get an initial title shot. So Conor McGregor can freaking be on a four-fight winning streak, come back and fight Charles Oliveira. Come on, dude. Where do you draw the line? You know what I'm saying? This is a bunch of bullshit. These are just trying to keep this brown brother down.
Well, I think George St. Pierre ruined it for everybody else because he came back,
Uh,
gave away the belt. I think that one still hurts Dana a little bit, man. I think he expected him to defend it. I think he hurt you guys.
yeah, and it does. But on top of all that, I still respect Dana because you know what? He has done a lot for our sport. And my destiny doesn't rely on his hands. It's the same reason why I retired. I didn't do it because Dana wanted me to fight or didn't want. No, it was like the money's not worth me. The money's not worth the legacy. You know, but my legacy is unblemished. Yeah, could be just got inducted to the Hall of Fame, but not even his credentials match up to mine. I got another belt on top of that, and on top of that, I have an Olympic gold medal. I prefer that over 29-0 any day, any day. And I love Khabib, but that's just you know what I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's different. You know what I mean? Like I guess I'm not that company guy. Like I'm that freaking black sheep that's just trying to make money, dude. I'm not sure. I'm not saying to start a union here. What I'm saying is pay me.
I
I
like
want
it.
that green. I deserve that damn green. Every man for himself, and that's just the way I see it.
I like it. Well, listen, you're building a legacy as a coach as well, and you're right. Your legacy is one of a kind, and now you're starting one as a coach. I did want to see the newest recruit I saw out there. Cris Cyborg is out there with you in Arizona. I was curious about this, and your old pal and fellow Olympian Kayla Harrison. I think that might have ruffled the feathers a little bit. What's
Well,
Cris Cyborg doing out there?
well, that's what I do, man. But Kayla Harrison hasn't fought nobody. She really hasn't, man. I like Kayla. She's cool. She's got two Olympic gold medals, but also that's not wrestling. That's judo. Like I told Caleb for the beginning, man, one wrestling Olympic gold medal is like having 4 or 5 judo gold medal. There's no handicaps in wrestling. Look at the sport of mixed martial arts. It's proven. How many judo people have actually even done anything? Maybe Ronda Rousey, the only one that I can know, calls Parisian. Look at what wrestling has done. So there is levels to competition, and wrestling is king, and she knows that, and the rest of the world knows that, and that's it. It's plain and simple. But I think we set up a fight between Cris Cyborg and Kayla Harrison. This is the time where cross promotions. This is the time where Bellator and PFL can come together and really cross promote to see who the best woman at 145 pounds is. And I promise you, you will bet the house on Cris Cyborg. One, she's training with Triple C, and then two, man, she's a legend, man. She's been there before. She has more experience. But Kayla Harrison decided to choose the money over legacy. And that's it, man. Like people are not going to remember you. You're fighting girls that are 5-2, 5-3. Like if you consider yourself a world champion, yeah, that's you're lying to yourself. And you've been there before. You're a world champion, so you know she's done it in judo. My question is she going to be willing to take those chances in the sport of mixed martial arts? I haven't seen kicks from her. I haven't seen jabs. I haven't seen straight hands. I haven't seen anything else threatening but her judo throws. What happens when you can't throw somebody? What happens when somebody has good defense? That's when you're stuck. That's when you're in trouble. It's like I talk about Israel Adesanya. Wait till Hamza Chimaev gets a hold of him. We're gonna see how crazy and how dynamic that striking is. Dude, it nullifies everything. You got to be a complete fighter nowadays. So if Kayla Harrison wants a piece of Cris Cyborg, we welcome you. We welcome you with open arm bars.
Open arm bars. Well done. So yeah, I tell you what, that's a fight I want to see though. Just being 100% honest, I love to see that fight. I don't know if the PFL and Bellator can get together and pull that off, but man, it would seem to be in everybody's best interest. That's the biggest fight you can make in women's MMA right now, right? I mean, I just don't think there's another bigger fight right now.
No, and it's cool because I know Chris could take her out. With all due respect to Kayla Harrison, it's different because obviously, man, Kayla needs more time, and she still needs to demonstrate a lot more of just a throw or covering space. Like we got to see more. And Cris Cyborg, you're not gonna be able to get a hold of her, especially working out with me and learning my tricks and my trades and my philosophy. It changes the damn game. We saw that with Davis Figueroa. We saw that with Wei Lee, which I still feel like Wei Lee beat Rose. Those first 3 rounds competitively as a competitor, it doesn't matter because the judges chose Rose. Like, man, it was split decision, but this girl controlled those first 3 rounds. Anyways, I think women's MMA needs this. They need a Cris Cyborg. And I talked to Chris about it yesterday, and a Kayla Harrison for them to come together. And I wasn't even trying to sell this fight. I was trying to let these girls be them girls. But I posted a picture today on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that, John.
I did. I
And,
did.
and Kayla Harrison responded. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm like, Chris, she wants a piece of that. I don't know. Either way, man, both these girls need to find a way to make money, do it for the sport of mixed martial arts, sell the damn fight. But they always tend to keep me in the middle. I wasn't even trying to be in the middle, to be quite honest with you. But now, since I'm in the middle, I'm going to promote my girl, Cris Cyborg. I promise
I
you,
mean,
Cris Cyborg will get rid of her within 2 to 3 rounds.
wow. But what if Kayla does get a hold of her? I mean, do you at least agree that if she can get a hold of her, if she can get her in the clinch, if she can get past the striking, it does get real interesting then.
It does, but it doesn't, because these are the areas that we would work on with Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing but a friendly competition to me. That has nothing to do with Kayla Harrison. It even had nothing to do with Brandon Moreno when he fought Davis Figueredo. My job here, John, is to help those that have dreams. I've been able to accomplish all my dreams that I've ever desired, from Olympic gold to winning 2 belts. My goal here is now just to give back, to still be that messenger. Yeah, I'm the triple C, but I'm still that messenger. My character is so fucked up. It's so like misconstrued. It's like, in reality, I'm actually kind of an angel, dude. Like, I'm really the bad guy because I'm really like the good guy. I'm creating these storylines, but these people are so stuck on stupid I don't think they see it. I don't think they get it. But it is what it is, man. I'm making money. I'm making good money, and I have fun while I'm doing it, John.
I love it, man. I've enjoyed being along for the ride and watching it all happen, man. So let me talk to you about this coaching, because, man, the names that are coming out there to you, man, it's incredible. And I know you're not even recruiting; they're coming out to you because they want to see you. So I guess I want to know what is it? I mean, I understand it's just the charm of Triple C, but what is it that you're bringing to the table that these people are getting there and going, that's what I was missing, that's what I need.
What it is, it's a new age. What I tell everybody that comes out here is like, you're the CEO of your career. My job is to only fundamentally adjust you and to give you these certain tricks and training to give you confidence and to really give you structure in your career. Because a lot of these fighters, they don't train like professionals. Nobody in the world trains harder or smarter than the way I did when I was competing. Nobody, from altitude pods to having a guy that pretty much lives with me full time, stretching me, cleaning for me, like keeping everything on tack, to me having meetings with my mentor as a team, structuring the actual art of war, to really getting to know the athlete, giving, you know what I mean, giving them more leverage. A lot of people, a lot of times people give their credits, people give credit to the coaches a little too much. At the end of the day, I tell them all the time, you're the person that's fighting. You're the person in the octagon. You need to make the decision. Our objective as coaches, as coaches, is to hold you accountable to whatever it is that the game plan is. So I think when people really see that, and the way I kind of bring forth that with the structure, with obviously I know my skills in every aspect, from grappling to wrestling to striking. It only helps, man. But I'm just a leader, man. I think people start to get past the cringe, get past that silly person, and be like, hey, man, this dude is special. There's something different about him. And I see improvements in my career where everybody wants to move down here. And I'm not talking about everybody like the top teners. I'm talking about the 1%ers. I'm talking about Jean Wei Lee. I'm talking about David Figueredo. I'm talking about Yuri Provochka coming back and doing his camp here. Because because real recognizes real. I know how to win, and always going to be completely honest with these guys. And that we have a great formula out here at Fight Ready. Great coaches, but my mentor, more importantly, I think than anything, is by the name of Dave Zolwine. He's been able to structure things and make it very business-like. And so he's able to hold a lot of these coaches that we do have. He's able to hold them accountable according to how the fighter is doing. So we're constantly being graded, and we're having fun throughout the process. So it's not always competition every single day of the week, which is a big mistake that everybody else does. I'm probably saying a little too much right now, John. But even when I say it, people will still not get it. People are still stuck on stupid. So it is what it is.
That's amazing. So we know what a competitor you are, what you've accomplished. Are you able to fulfill that desire for competition by seeing these guys and gals compete and win? I mean, is it that same high for you?
Of course, it really is, man. It is different because when you win, it is different, but it does give you a similarity that same high. When Davidson Figueiredo fought Brandon Moreno and he won, which we clearly won that fight. People say it's close. Like, did we knock that dude down 4 times? By the time the fourth round hit, I knew that round was in our. I knew that the whole fight was in the bag. Maybe he had probably lost like one of the rounds out of the four. Even if he had lost the fifth, which he did, he still had won the fight because I was confident. I saw what I saw, and we beat him amongst all the Mexican people. But it's what was the question again? I'm kind of
Just that
sidetracked.
gives you that feeling, you know what I mean, of
Oh,
that satisfaction of the competition.
yeah, it does, but it's more that satisfaction that I'm able to help somebody with their dream. Like it's not about me, John. As much as I make it about me with the cringe and coach of the year, and I'm coming for all of you, it's really about that athlete, man. I think this is the same reason why I have a great relationship with these guys. And these guys really like they really treat me like a big brother, man. I'm fucking 5'4", and they treat me like a giant. You know what I'm saying? But it's a trip because it's a level of respect that's given to me, John. That's second to none, man. And I appreciate that.
That's awesome, man. All right. Well, if coaching wasn't enough, you're doing commentating as well. You're going to be doing it this weekend at Eagle SC 46. Legend in Diego Sanchez facing the former title challenger in Kevin Lee. Let me ask you, what do you think about this role as a commentator? And not only, by the way, commentating, but going in there and doing the interviews and stuff afterwards, which I don't think people realize. That's kind of nerve wracking, right? Even for a dude that's done what you've done, it's kind of nerve wracking to
Yeah.
go in there.
It is, man, but you know me, man. It's like to me, it's like a dare. Like everything that I do is all based on competition. It's a dare. How good can I do that dare? That's like the same thing with the comedy show, dude. I was shitting bricks, John, and you saw me.
I
You're like,
saw
hey,
it.
it's gonna be all right. And I was just like, man, why did I sign up for this shit? But by the time I got up and I started kind of like, there's like a glow to me, John, that I just feel like when I feel it, I let it off and I give it off and I'm comfortable around the camera. I've been around the camera my whole life. I've always been successful. I'm just trying to get people to talk about something, and obviously, especially in commentating. I don't know what you thought about the commenting, but I think me, Chael Sonnen, Cyrus, we do an amazing job at Eagle FC. I believe our commentating team is like absolutely second to none.
All-star lineup to say the least, man. I mean, they brought in the big guns, man. It was incredible to see it put together. All right, let's talk about this main event, man. Diego Sanchez, Kevin Lee. Just curious, kind of what you think in terms of like who has more on the line here, man. I mean, Diego's a legend, right? And he's trying to get this kind of next phase of his career. I think he's probably got a handful of fights left, but meanwhile, you got Kevin Lee, who I think is trying to show the world that 165 is where he should have been all along and that he would have reached those heights if he was there. So I don't know. When you look at this fight, man, what stands out to you and who do you think's really got more on the line here?
Man, the person that probably has more on the line, it probably is Kevin Lee because he's younger. The way that the UFC kind of exited him out, I think we saw kind of Diego Sanchez the way things were kind of going, and Dana White not giving an interview or not giving a meet, not talking to him. It's almost like we almost knew that there's something there, especially him kind of fighting with this coach. But they both got something big to lose. And when it comes to age, it is Kevin. When it comes to when it comes to legacy, it's probably more Diego Sanchez. I mean, this dude took upon a lot of things. He's the reason why this sport is even here. Ultimate Fighter season one. Do people forget that? Like Diego Sanchez was a big megastar. This is why people started tuning in and watching. People started watching this because of these crazy dudes in the house, and Diego Sanchez happened to be one of them. And especially the fact that he won. So this is a great event. What Eagle FC is doing, like they're giving those fights that we never saw in the UFC and actually making them happen, letting the best fight the best right now. Let's not talk about money. Let's not talk about any of that stuff. You want to be the best. You want to resurrect your career. Do it at Eagle FC.
They're doing some big fights there. And what, man, how about that FlexCast Arena down there in Miami? That's a beautiful facility, man. They got some really cool things. I wasn't sure, Habib Nurmagomedov's involved. But I wasn't sure what it's going to look like, man. That first show I thought was pretty incredible.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's super good, man. I love the arena. I love it's almost like the Apex, but I even feel like it's even better, dude. It's a little bit bigger. Man, it's just it's a very vibrant place, especially when you have legends like you have Joanna was there, you have Kayla Harrison that was there, you have Khabib who was in attendance, literally sitting front row watching, where he's literally getting involved. Like it's cool because these dudes turn straight to Khabib. I mean, the Ego FC is the next best competition. Watch sooner or later, but this is the sleeping giant. I think we all know that to the UFC, giving more opportunities to these fighters that really want to succeed. And there's some tough talent out there, man. Like the matchmaking that Ego has done, it's been incredible, dude, to say the least. For the first event in America, I mean, you had guys from all across the world fighting each other. So I think my hardest thing with this whole commentating thing is really being able to pronounce their damn names right, because there's a lot of freaking salama shalamala shalalalala. I'm just like, golly, why can't you be a Ford or a Jefferson? Jesus.
It's a tough, man. They got some challenging lines. What's good? I'm excited for this one too. Friday night on the FlexCast app, of course, live and free. Henry, you've been great with your time as always. I guess I'll just leave you with this. I mean, people want to see you fight again, but they're happy to see you coach. They're happy to see you commentate. I know you're loving fatherhood as well. So, what is it that people need? The fans of the King of Cringe. What is it they need to know about you right now?
Well, they need to know is they need to do me a favor. They all need to bend the knee to King Triple C, because when I'm ready, you guys will all know. You know what I'm saying, John? And you guys make sure tune in to the Triple C and Smoke Show, where we tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the damn truth. Not like that big nose bandit, that thug snot out there, that big ass nose. Anyways,
This is
Triple
all Henry
C,
Cejudo. Everybody, this is all Henry Cejudo.
Triple C is out.